Since the end of the Apollo program in 1972, humans have not traveled to the moon. That's a long time. In fact, humans have not traveled beyond Earth's orbit since 1972. Humans are going to the moon once again, thanks to NASA's Artemis project. NASA's Human Landing System program, which initially funded the development of 3 rival lunar lander prototypes, was about to finalize at least 2 lander prototypes for further funding and testing. But instead, NASA chose SpaceX Lunar optimized Starship to land humans on the moon. This decision was soon questioned by Blue Origin, and at the time of making this video, the project has been put on hold between NASA and SpaceX with the involvement of a government body. So what happened, and why NASA chose Elon Musk's SpaceX Starship and not Blue Origin? Or why not 2 companies together? According to Blue Origin, their decision eliminates opportunities for competition, significantly narrows the supply base, and not only delays but also endangers America's return to the moon. And these are some of the possible reasons why NASA chose SpaceX over Blue Origin. Budget and politics. NASA is a national space agency of the USA. Although NASA has the biggest yearly budget, every year their demands and required funds always fall short of their expectations and needs. This is one of the reasons why NASA's execution of projects get dragged on for years and even decades. Change in the ruling government and new policies always affect NASA's operations. In the case of Human Landing System program, NASA received just $850 million from the Congress of the $3.3 billion they requested to procure lunar landers. So one of the reasons to choose SpaceX, as cited by NASA, is a low-budget proposal. Blue Origin also points out this about NASA, saying they didn't provide Blue Origin with an opportunity to revise a proposal after learning about the short funding from Congress. As per reports, Blue Origin proposal for the same project cost about $6 billion, which is way beyond NASA's budget. With enough financial limitations, and as NASA is already a customer of SpaceX for other services, it makes sense for NASA to team up with SpaceX. Moon to Mars. Going beyond Earth's orbit, landing humans on the moon, and building a base there will demonstrate the capabilities required for human missions to go to Mars and other destinations. So in short, the moon landing and the lunar missions will serve as an important training ground and technology demonstration test site where NASA can prepare for human exploration and settlement in Mars and other planets in the future. SpaceX and NASA share similar goals and dreams, at least in the case of Mars.
A new era in spaceflight, a new era in space exploration. We're going to go to the moon, we're going to have a base on the moon, we're going to send people to Mars and make life multiplanetary. And I think this day heralds a new age of space exploration.
But Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin have a slightly different view on Mars exploration and settlement.
My friends who want to move to Mars, I say, I have an idea for you. Why don't you first, for a year, move to the top of Mount Everest? Because the top of Mount Everest is a garden paradise compared to Mars.
If you are still not familiar with NASA's Mars 2020 mission and first helicopter test flights on Mars, please see my other videos, Starship, their technology and goals. NASA has been building a huge rocket called the Space Launch System, which is designed to take astronauts to the moon and deeper space. SLS is the most powerful launch vehicle built by NASA since the 1960s after Saturn V, which was used for the last moon missions. But the problem with this multi-billion-dollar rocket is that it is not fully reusable, a major problem that is solved by the team of SpaceX. SpaceX is building Starship, the most powerful and fully reusable space launch system that can carry more than 100 tons of payload to outer space. Although the most advanced version of SLS can carry more than 100 tons of payload to the Earth's lower orbit, it doesn't really have the fuel or the power to carry the same weight to the Moon or Mars. This is again solved by SpaceX through its in-orbit refueling technology, where the Starship spacecraft, which carry humans and other payloads, can be refueled midway around Earth's orbit by docking with another fuel tanker Starship powered from Earth. The second Starship will refuel it and then return to Earth, and the main Starship will continue the journey towards other planets. Refueling helps the Starship to carry the same amount of payload to Mars and other locations in outer space. As per Blue Origin, SpaceX has not tested or proved the technology with real flights yet, which is true, but NASA has already funded SpaceX and many other companies to test out this technology, as it's very critical for their deep space missions. At the time of making this video, the booster for Starships has not been tested, and no orbital flights have taken place with Starship, and even refueling technology is in a very early stage. But Starship has already made some good progress with their high-altitude test flights, and they have shown commitment by continuing the test with Starship prototypes, even though many of their super expensive prototypes were destroyed during testing. Anyhow, out of all the companies that NASA has looked at, seems like SpaceX is the most likely to succeed option. With the SLS project costing close to $20 billion to date, NASA needs to develop and deploy their launchers and spacecraft system very soon as a part of their deep space exploration project. Yes, private companies like SpaceX will always be an extra helping hand, especially looking into the future human missions to Mars. So indirectly, by investing in SpaceX programs, NASA is investing in their future interplanetary missions. For the 2024 Lunar mission, this is what is planned with SLS and Starship. SLS rocket will launch 4 astronauts along with Orion spacecraft for their multi-day journey to lunar orbit. Their 2 crew members, including a woman astronaut, will transfer to the SpaceX human landing system either by docking directly with the Starship or through a gateway. Starship will then continue its journey to the surface of the Moon. After roughly a week exploring the surface of the Moon, astronauts will board the lander for their short trip back to the orbit, where they will return to Orion to join other members and then head back to Earth. Anyways, NASA has already told SpaceX to hold all work related to Lunar Lander project pending the outcome of the challenges. This temporary suspension of the project is a win for Blue Origin and other rival bidders. We will have to wait and see if it's still SpaceX that will keep the project, or if they will have to share it with another company like Blue Origin later. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. See you soon. Bye.